First Responder Mental Health and Wellness, narrated by Adrienne Plourde, March 6, 2018. Introduction. First responders are the first faces people see in times of peril. Police, firefighters, and EMS workers are on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year, ready to respond to any call of assistance. Long hours, unpredictable sleep habits, and witnessing tragic events are taking a toll on these personnel. Relevance to me. In the past year, I have seen colleagues struggle with mental health issues. One such struggle ended the life of a friend whose suicide I have yet to fully process, but inspired my choice of this topic. The purpose of this research was to reveal a non-conventional avenue of support for first responders who are not comfortable seeking formal assistance. Facebook support. Several Facebook groups with the specific target of first responder mental health have emerged. The Code Go Green campaign and www.codegogreencampaign.org offer first responders a platform to share their experiences anonymously. Respondents candidly offer support, share stories of their own, and offer kind words. Firefighter Behavioral Health Alliance was founded by retired fire captain and clinician Jeff Dill after he saw a need for his firefighters returning from Hurricane Katrina relief to have counselors that the volunteers felt they could relate to. His site provides a suicide self-screening questionnaire. Facebook itself has launched new technology to detect suicidal posts. In a quarterly earnings call, Mark Zuckerberg indicates the new artificial intelligence has helped first responders reach more than 100 people who needed help quicker. This implies people posting on Facebook could get help without asking for it at all. The general role of social support. A study of 334 career firefighters indicated that at high levels of social support, no association was observed between occupational stress and suicidal ideation. However, when social support was low, occupational stress showed a positive association with suicidal ideation. These professions tend to be immensely supportive of one another, so it could be easily assumed that no one would ever feel alone. Yet, there is a stigma surrounding mental health issues and the perceived weakness of looking for emotional support. Social media provides an outlet for first responders to share traumatic experiences and garner support of peers without fearing damaging personal relationships or experiencing professional backlash. This idea may be absurd to many, but the impression that a partner may not be mentally present in an emergency situation of life and death could cause concern for most first responders. Peer support programs. Counterargument. Police, fire, and EMS organizations are not in denial about the problem. Strong mental health and peer support programs are working to curb these issues as well. In 2012, the International Association of Firefighters began a peer support training program. The program trains individuals within the organization in listening skills, suicide awareness and prevention, crisis intervention, referrals to local resources, and relationships with local healthcare providers. Since the adoption of this program in my department in 2015, 13 of 89 employees have utilized peer support for various issues. A 12-year study of the 4,178 officer Montreal Police Department showed a 79% decrease in suicide rates after an aggressive suicide prevention campaign, while the nearby city of Quebec had an 11% increase in suicides with no program in place. Is it enough? Rebuttal. Results of the adoption of these programs are undeniable, but suicide rates are still rising. A voluntary survey of 4,022 EMS workers revealed 30% of them had contemplated suicide, 6% of them had attempted it, and that 40% of these subjects listed scrutiny as a deterrent for seeking help. First responders still don't want to share their feelings with coworkers. Critical Incident Stress Management (CISM) team interventions may not occur at an appropriate time or place for all first responders. Individuals may take longer to process their feelings after an incident or not want to relive the experience in a room full of people. This is especially true if these CISM teams include those perceived as outsiders. Alternative solution. An experiment in Australia that taught high school students to effectively communicate about suicide on social media could be the bridge between the social media outlet and the peer support groups. Participants took part in 8 to 10 weeks of instruction of recognizing suicidal language and communicating effectively online. At the end of the study period, students then developed their own prevention based social media messages. These student developed messages were then viewed by a second group of students. The developing group of students reported feeling empowered, and the audience found the messages to be positive and effective. None of the participants reported feeling suicidal for taking part in the experiment. This concept could be used to instruct peer support team members as an additional segment to their support and awareness training. Positive and informative social media messaging, authored by individuals who have been pre selected as peer counselors, will strengthen the potential to reach a larger audience. Conclusion. It is estimated that up to 40% of first responder suicides go unreported, and there is no official database to track these statistics. Few, if any, studies exist on the direct effectiveness of social media on preventing first responder suicides. It is apparent that individuals are using Facebook groups for support, and that despite the efforts of employers to provide anti suicide programs and peer assistance, there are still people who don't feel comfortable utilizing them. Personal characteristics of these self reliant reflections on research. Suicide rates of first responders are higher than the general population and rising. These occupations have pre employment mental and physical exams, so it would be logical to assume that PTSD and mental health issues are duty related. All three of these organizations of employers recognize the mental health crisis and are taking steps to mitigate the damage. My research on the matter has only strengthened my convictions that every possible solution to this issue must be explored. Course reflection. The last 8 weeks have been a challenge. Completing the assignments and reaching the milestones were satisfying. Writing a research paper gave me the opportunity to explore a subject that presented itself with unfortunate timing. A friend who was instrumental in my career choice is gone from this world, and while his particular circumstances may not have been changed by any single sequence of events, my research has led me to believe that other first responders may be helped by stronger social media support programs. This course has reignited the concept of more efficient time management, online communication, and networking with others to make a difference. As I continue the pursuit of my degree, I will look back on this as a valuable foundation for courses to come. Works cited.